Do we know the why? Like, why did this happen?
Yeah. So I know that there's a desire to say there must be more to it. And I don't have all of it. I can't say that there isn't. But I honestly believe the Mavericks came to a decision after really going through a frustrating year with Luka. It has been a very frustrating year. And just to reset that, they're coming off the finals. Luka comes to camp and immediately gets hurt. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know everything about that injury, but I think they were frustrated that he had that injury and they thought that maybe he wasn't necessarily ready for camp. After he gets that injury, he gets out of shape. Out of shape to the point that when he comes back and plays healthy with the injury, they say he's shut down for a hand injury, and he was injured with that, but he also was getting in better shape. When he came back, he had allowed himself to get more out of shape. Comes back, starts playing well again, and then repeats the injury. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you that that was physical conditioning, but I suspect that they felt that they were not thrilled with the conditioning. So they go through a very frustrating year, but it's on top of other frustrations they had. And this summer, he's going to be in position to sign a $350 million supermax contract. Now, most of the time, teams celebrate when a player qualifies for this. The Oklahoma City Thunder, for example, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has qualified for the Supermax. I believe he's eligible to sign it at 6 p.m. on June 30th. I promise you the paperwork will be in his hands. Whether or not he signs it, I'm sure he will. When he signs, I don't know, but I'm promising you the Thunder are going to fall all over themselves to get this guy locked up for that $300 million deal. Jason Tatum, they were ready to go with the $300 million deal. They couldn't have been more excited to get this guy locked up. The whole purpose of that being in the CBA is so that you have a superstar player. He is outrageously incentivized to the tune of $100+ million to stay with your team. It is basically the Kevin Durant rule, the LeBron James rule, so that those guys will not leave for nothing. And even if you weren't 150% sure you wanted to give him the money, the conventional wisdom would be you give him the contract anyway, so that if you want to trade him, you trade him with the 5 years on the contract so that the player can't leverage you in a trade. That's what happened with Dame Lillard. Lillard signs his 5-year contract, then the Blazers trade him so that he couldn't say, you got to trade me to Miami. They can trade him to the best place, which was Milwaukee in that case. Okay. And so for the Mavericks to do this now, it means that they didn't even want to enter into that contract with him. And it also means that they thought that they could do better this season now with Anthony Davis. That they think that if they did this deal now, that they could make a better run in the playoffs. And so it's a high level, shocking, and complete repudiation of Luka Doncic as a superstar franchise player. And it results in this trade, which is going to be a historic sliding doors moment, I think.